just unload before you reach our stroller parking area. If you are traveling with someone in a scooter or wheelchair, please have this person lead your party to the line. This will help keep your wait time to a minute. Once again, please keep your group together
so we can check it.
The party in front of you and fill in all the available space. Thank you for touring the Kilimanjaro. When it comes to safaris, we go wide.
Yeah, well, I mean, so they have please keep moving all the way forward, fill up all the advanced space. And when there's that party in front of you, stand side by side, please, side by side, fill up all advanced space. So they have set grades and set stats. This target is that's from a grade 9 section. But there's 11. I just think if they say let's go here from the start, that's fine. And you can decide to socially, we always get that from the house code. The way they said it is they're going to let the start
Send the chat real quick and see if it comes through on the screen here. Just say hello. Yep, okay. All right. It's at Texas Takes, and we are in line to get on Kilimanjaro safaris. We do have fast pass. It took about 20 minutes to get this far, not too bad. Very crowded day. So we're gonna take a quick ride on the safari tour. Started out cool, but we're already in the 70s. It's warming back up in Florida. Cold snaps over.
The second truck. 4 and 5, second truck. We're going to have row 3 for you, the second truck. Row 3. Row 3. I bring so many.
It is a busy day in the park. Glad you made it. Yeah, we went live a couple times so far. We're going to be here in the parks until Tuesday. So we're popping in when we have time to stream, so everybody can see what it's like here this week. So thanks for joining. should be on pretty soon. We just finished Flight of Passage. That just amazes us every time. Oh yeah, I understand. We did stream the fireworks from the top of the Contemporary last night, which was really nice to see. It's a really good vantage point if you have dinner at California Grill. You can use the observation deck outside. It's really a neat space to view.
Row 2 for me, row 2.
Thank you.
I recommend you 2. Join her in row.
Kilimanjaro Safari. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados y mantengan las manos, brazos, pies, piernas dentro del vehículo. Cuiden sus niños. Gracias. Welcome to Kilimanjaro Safari. To ensure a safe and pleasant trip, you should be in good health and free from high blood pressure, heart, neck problems, motion sickness, or other conditions that could be aggravated by this invasion. Expected mothers should not drive. Once the boat is first done,
Alright, friends, stay behind that yellow line. Those gates are closing towards you. Watch those hands, arms, feet, legs on the right. Those doors are closing. Alright, your doors are closed and you're all clear.
Sunday morning, as we say here in our amazement day, let's go.
All right, we're next.
Alright, you're going to be on the second trip deck. So we'll be going into these 2 rows. Alright?
Okay.
Just based on where the door is.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Watch those hands on feet, legs up, right? The doors are closing. Driver, your doors are closed. And you're all clear.
Asante Sonaward, and thank you. Here in Harambe, we say Chwende. That means let's go. So, Jumbo friends, my name is James. I'll be your safari guide as we make our journey today through the Harambe Wildlife Preserve. Just a few things before we head on in there. A couple very important safety reminders for everybody. Please make sure that you're staying seated and fully seated throughout the entirety of today's safari, with all of your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the truck at all times. We do do have any small children, they're more than welcome to be lap seated. Do just keep them seated in those laps. No lifting them up at any point today. There are no paved roads here in Harambe, and it is going to get very bumpy out there. So you and your children are safest fully seated at all times. This is, however, a photo safari, so take all the photos or videos that your heart desires. Just be advised, I can't stop for every single animal we see out there today, and if I do stop, it's only for a brief few seconds. So make sure that you have phones and cameras out ready on an action or sport setting to get the best possible photos. The animals don't stop for me, unfortunately. I can't always stop for them, so best to always just be out and at the ready. We're looking for animals today. If you look above your heads, you'll see some animal spotting guides. That's going to help you identify some of the animals. Now, I will do my best to identify every animal I can out there and tell you a little bit about them as well, but that is just going to be a taste of what we're looking for. Won't see all of those animals due to natural migration patterns, sleeping habits, things of that nature. Might even see some animals not on that list. I'll make sure to point them out as well as we go along this journey. One more really important thing, guys. These are wild animals and we're entering their natural habitats. I need you to maintain a level of respect for them out there. So that means absolutely no whistling, clicking, kissing noises, imitating other animal noises. Basically at any point today, if you think it's a good idea to make a noise or gesture at an animal, no, don't do it. Thank you so much about it in advance, guys. So quick recap, let's stay seated. Hands, arms, feet, legs inside the truck. Don't lift your children up. They are not baby Simba. This is not the Lion King. Take lots of photos, be ready for them, and don't yell at the animals. If you follow those simple 5 rules, I promise we'll have a great time out there, guys. Sunday, let's go see what we can find. So entering the Little Ituri Forest first today, guys. Many animals here will use natural markings to sort of act as a camouflage against their predators. So might have to look a little bit harder, but we already in some luck, because up here on the left past the bamboo, you'll see some greater kudus. You can tell that these are female greater kudu by the fact that they do not have horns on their head. The males are going to have horns that can be over 70 inches long. Also to your right, an okapi with black and white stripes on their legs. It leads a lot of people to believe that they might be related to the zebra. In reality, though, they are not. Okapis are the only living relative to a giraffe. They have the same skull structure and long prehensile tongue, helping them grab onto vegetation. And again on the left, guys, a bongo, that more copper-colored antelope back there. Bongos are nicknamed the ghost of the forest due to their very timid nature. They are hardly ever seen. And up along this hillside to your right as well, friends, a bird over here that is a saddle-billed stork. Stands nearly 5 feet tall, has almost a 9-foot wingspan. Rather than living in a flock or group like most birds, they do tend to live in monogamous pairs. One mate that they will meet and then stick with for their entire lives together, sort of like a little bird marriage. And many animals that live in these deep forests, not just in Africa, but across the globe, will be experiencing in recent years some pretty significant habitat loss, unfortunately, due to deforestation. So I cannot stress to you enough, folks, the importance of recycling, especially your paper products. So the little stuff we do today for a few generations down the line has the potential to make a really big impact on our planet as a whole. Always make sure that you're making conscious conservation decisions in your daily lives. The simplest way you can help out wildlife from home is to use the 3 R's of conservation. That's reduce, reuse, recycle. Reduce your use of natural resources, like water. Use reusable products, guys. I know they're convenient, but try to cut out things like plastic bags, paper towels, paper napkins, paper plates, things like that, guys. And then always recycle, recycle, recycle. Doesn't matter if it's a paper product, your plastic products, electronics can be recycled. Recycle anything whenever possible, guys. Together we can really do great things for this planet and preserve all of its wildlife, like the Nile hippopotamus you'll see over here on the right swimming around. That Nile hippo can weigh up to 5,500 pounds when fully grown. Babies born at an average around 85 pounds. Hippos do have very sensitive skin, so they tend to like to spend their days in the water, then maybe get a little more active out on the land at nighttime to do most of their grazing. Gonna be some more over here on the left in the water as well, behind that island. Hippos are dubbed by many to be the most dangerous animal in all of Africa because of their extremely territorial nature. They will not be violent unless they feel provoked or threatened, but if there is an unwanted visitor in their river, they'll be ready to defend it to a deadly degree oftentimes. Also, the birds alongside this island, some pink-backed pelicans. They get their name from the pink coloring that will appear on their back during the mating season. Pelicans are one of the oldest genus of animals still alive today. Their fossil records date back the earliest pelicans to nearly 40 million years ago, so they have withstood the test of time, and there are still 8 different species of pelican who live to tell that tale today. Starting to head across this bridge now as well, friends, where you'll see Nile crocodiles in the water and land below. The Nile crocodile is over 16 feet long and fully grown. That's as long as a giraffe is tall, guys. Absolutely massive. Having a lifespan of right around 40 years. And while they may look kind of scary, those crocs are really great parents. When it comes time for their young to hatch, they roll the eggs around in their mouth and softens up the shell. It's much easier for their young. Gentle with the eggs, not so gentle with just about everything else. Crocodiles do have one of the strongest bites of any animal in the world, landing down with more than 2,000 pounds of force per square inch inside their powerful jaws. Making it up to some higher ground, we are out of the river. Next stop today is into the savannah. First, though, I do want to point out this very beautiful baobab tree here on your right. The baobab tree, also nicknamed the upside down tree, for the fact that when they're leafless, the branches look like the roots and like they're planted upside down, tending to remain leafless for at least 9 months out of the year in an effort to conserve water inside their trunk as well as in their bark. But we're making our way down here into the Serengeti grasslands of the savannah today, which is home to many of Africa's more migrant. You just never really know what might be roaming around here, so let's keep those eyes peeled and see what we might find. But we're already in some great luck. First off, I want to point out when we get down to the bottom here, these Ankole cattle to our right with the massive horns, also known as the Watusi cattle, after the Watusi tribe that first domesticated them, and are the only domesticated animals on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Those horns, 4 to 6 feet long when they're fully grown. Also, some wildebeest. Wildebeest, they are the second most densely populated animal in the world, second behind only us as humans. Wildebeest have been known to live in herds well over 1 million strong in just a single herd before. They believe in strength in numbers. The more of them, the less likely they are to be singled out by a potential predator on their hunt. So, for us as humans, it's kind of nice to be called 1 in a million, but for wildebeest, they're trying to avoid being that 1 in a million that gets singled out by their predator. And past these bushes on the left, folks, laying down over to the left as well as inside the rock den, African wild dogs. They are also known as the painted dogs for their beautiful painted furs, each of them having a unique fur coloring, which helps them to recognize fellow pack mates from a long and distance away. Now, they might look a little bit like the dogs you have at home, but I would not suggest trying to take them home with you today. They are some of the fiercest predators in all of Africa, having just about a 90% success rate when they hunt. That will make them, by percentage points, the most successful hunters in the entire world. Sadly, critically endangered, though, estimated to be somewhere between 3,500 and 5,500 wild dogs in the world today. Alright guys, a lot happening over here, not a lot of time. I can't stop. So, sable antelope with the curved back horns on their head. They use those horns as a great defense mechanism. Common elands, they're the second largest antelopes in the world. That male in the back is nearly 6 feet tall and 1,250 pounds. But guys, look at these Hartman's mountain zebras over here. The one in the back, the youngest animal on the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. That baby zebra only just over a month old now. Really incredible that we get to see that baby out integrating itself into its new habitat today. Now you'll notice on mountain zebras, stripes a little bit thinner up by their head and then get thicker the further down on their bodies that they go. A group of zebras will be called a dazzle of zebras.
Down.
And when that baby zebra was first born, it's born with almost fully grown adult-length legs. So they're born zebras are with the super long legs and then these itty-bitty little bodies that they will then have to grow into over time. Getting a nice little secondary view of these wildebeest over on the right as well, folks. Now, wildebeest are also one of the most migratory species in all of Africa. They can travel just in their regular migratory patterns well over 1,000 miles per year, oftentimes following the rain patterns to go ahead and stay where there is the most plentiful water and grazing sources. Behind them as well, those two very tiny antelope are some springbok. Springbok only about 3 feet tall when they're done growing, but they are quite athletic. Getting a running start, a springbok can jump over 6 feet in the air and more than 13 feet across in a springing motion called bronking. And looking a little bit further ahead now, guys, some giraffes. Giraffes are the tallest animals on Earth. Looking like the Maasai giraffe that we're seeing today based off their more uneven, splotchy fur colorings. Maasai can be up to 19 feet tall about when fully grown. They will spend basically all day thinking about one thing and one thing only. That is food. 16 to 22 hours out of a giraffe's day every single day is spent either actively eating or grazing to see what they'd like to eat next, while only about 30 minutes of a giraffe's day is typically spent sleeping. They like to take their sleep typically in 5 to 10 minute power nap increments throughout the day, oftentimes even known to sleep while standing up with their eyes open or even while actively chewing food. So sometimes the lights might be on, but there's no one home with those giraffes. Approaching some trees as well that have been knocked down up here, guys. That's a good sign. We could be headed for elephant country soon today. Elephants will not knock down these trees on purpose, just simply looking for something to scratch their sides up against. Don't always know their own strength, so sometimes, yeah, they'll knock over a tree or two in the process, but it is not their intention. And first, guys, over on the left, I want to point out some monkey business occurring over here. Those are mandrills among the trees. They have bright blue and red facial features to remind you a bit like Rafiki from The Lion King. They're also the largest monkeys in the world, weighing right about 100 pounds when they're fully grown. In the Swahili language, the word Rafiki, it means friend. And we are going to wrap around the next corner, guys, to get an excellent view of an African elephant over here, guys. The African elephant is the largest land mammal on Earth. Estimated, they weigh on average about 12,000 pounds when fully grown. To be that large, you need a pretty steady diet. In just a single day, that African elephant is going to consume almost as much food as a human eats over the course of an entire year. They can consume close to 500 pounds of vegetation, known as coltan. Coltan is found in many of your electronics, like your cell phones, cameras, laptops, basically anything you have to mine for more. Electronics, if you have any old devices, maybe you break an old one, get a new one. Make sure you are doing what you can. Recycling those devices, guys, help out those elephants. Not quite looking like anything happening off in this field to the left. Just quite yet. No worries. I'm sure there are lots more animals around these coming corners. And starting to make our way around this island, friends, where you will see greater flamingos. They're the largest of the world's flamingo species, so just greater in size, not actual greatness. But When they first hatch, they're completely gray and white, no pink whatsoever when first hatched. They develop the pink coloring gradually over the first few years of their lives. They get it through their diet by eating lots of dried shrimp, which is very high in beta-carotene, giving them that lovely pink color. When they are together in a group setting like this, they'll be called a flamboyance of flamingos. Sign that some more animals might be nearby, guys. It's gonna be this mud wallow over here on the left. A lot of animals absolutely love that mud, but go ahead, roll around in it, get nice and filthy. Helps cool them off on a warm day. Also on a sunny day like today, will help out animals like elephants or rhinoceros that have more sensitive skin. Has a nice little extra layer of protection, working as a sunscreen and a bug repellent as well for them. Left, guys, just next to those logs that are locked down, there's a cheetah laying down over there. Another one over by the tree even further left as well. Cheetahs are the fastest land mammals on Earth, accelerating from 0 to 60 miles an hour in less than 3 seconds, and then reaching top speeds altogether of over 70 miles per hour. They are, however, sprinters, not distance runners, only able to maintain those speeds for about a quarter mile before they eventually begin to tire and will have to take a bit of a rest. Cheetah is also the only of the world's felines who do not have retractable claws. Their claws are out for 24 hours a day to help with traction when running at their great speeds. Headed though from big cat territory to more big cat territory up here, this rock formation called the Kobe is most notably known to be the homes of lions. Now lions are largely inactive for about 16 to 20 hours out of every single day, getting most active late at night. Right now, lions' vision about the same as ours as humans, so pretty average all things considered, but at nighttime, that vision will improve to be 6 times better, making them much more efficient nighttime hunters, typically resting up during the day, conserving that energy for the more active night times. And it does look like we are in luck today. No surprise to see them sleeping, but I'm seeing at least a male and 1 female. I believe there's a second female up there as well. The male lion is without a doubt the dominant one amongst the pride. However, it will be, yep, there's 2 females back there, guys. It'll be the female lioness who are the hunters of the group. Very rare that you'd ever see a male lion actively out on a hunt. They much prefer, males will, to stay back and act as a babysitter over the rest of the pride and their cubs, while the females go off and do the hunting for them. In the Swahili language, the word Simba means lion and Mufasa means king. Down here over in the little sunny spot as well, guys, just saw lions only seems fitting. Let's talk about some warthogs. Warthogs are the largest burrowing animals in the world. They back themselves into the burrows that you see below with their tusks facing outward to try and scare away predators. They'll have 2 sets of tusks. The upper tusks used as burrowing mechanisms, and then they have razor-sharp lower tusks, which are used for defense. And looking straight ahead from us, guys, going to be some white rhinoceros. White rhinos weigh over 5,000 pounds when fully grown. They're sadly declining in numbers. Rhinos across the globe are heavily poached for their horns, which many believe to carry medicinal properties, and in reality, a rhino's horns are simply made up out of keratin, the same material that makes up your fingernails and your hair, so no real medicinal purpose whatsoever. Also some ostrich eggs over there on the right, guys. A single ostrich egg weighs 3 to 5 pounds. That's the equivalent of over 2 dozen chicken eggs for every 1 single ostrich egg. Also quite sturdy, a fully grown adult human can stand on top of an ostrich egg and they would not break. Explorers on board today as well. You have been aboard the Simba 1, that is SIMBA 1 for all you wilderness explorers. But here in Harambe, we do not like to say goodbye. Goodbyes, they're just far too sad and far too final for us here. So what I'll leave you with instead is a Swahili phrase, kwaherini. In kwaherini, it means to go well. So wherever your adventures take you today, my friends, Disney's Animal Kingdom or beyond, kwaherini, go well, go wild, go out there and make a difference in the lives of wildlife. I know that you guys have it in you. Once again, my name is James. It has been an absolute pleasure being your safari guide today. Once again, guys, if you have any questions, head on up to the front here now.
Any questions?
But if not, kwaherini, everyone. Go well. Have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to double check your rows as well, friends. Don't want to leave anything behind. Make sure nothing's shifted out of your bags and pockets. Well, then.
Welcome back, friends. Watch your hands, arms, feet, legs, and your right doors are opening. Double check those rows and once you step down.
All right, kwaherini friends.
Kwaherini.
Go well. Watch that step down. Double check your rows.
They're saying you were a great guy. Thank you.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
It was good. Hope everybody enjoyed that. Sorry for the zoom in and out. My fingers don't work too well on the screen. Yeah, he was knowledgeable.
Okay.
Love the details over here. We used to call these water buffalo. Thanks, Brad. Is it warming back up in Dallas? It's getting warm.
They don't fight, but sometimes they'll pick on his dad. KJ probably said, yeah, I want to go walking up there again.
Oh yeah, warmed back up then. Yeah, when we left Wahlberg, the following day it was 27 degrees we saw back home, which would have been last Thursday. That's perfect. All right. Okay. Well, we'll exit the ride. It's been a good day. But the parks are crowded. All right, I think next we're going to ride Expedition Everest. We'll have to select it. It was supposed to be our fast pass at 9 o'clock, but it was down temporarily, so Disney is really good. Immediately sent a text giving us a multi-fast pass. Unfortunately, it's not good for a flight of passage or Nave River, but they take care of it. All right. Okay, so that was the safari ride. We're going to go, like I said, go ride Expedition Everest, and we'll go live again probably tonight. I think from Epcot. I want to film the show, Epcot Forever. I've been there before, but the last time it was from one of the restaurants, so we really didn't get to take a really good video of it. So we're going to try to go live from there tonight. So if you want to join us, we would love to have you all back. Ed, Texas Takes, take care of y'all, and hopefully you'll come back and see us tonight. See ya.
You want that?